Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Deanna with Divine Destiny. I am an encourager for empaths to walk forward in their authenticity and really stepping into the true power and the true gift of what they are here on this planet at this time as we are going through tremendous shifts. I am an awakened empath, an intuitive, a divine child of God, just as you are. I am here to encourage empaths, sensitives, old souls, anybody that is open and willing to hear this journey and share this journey. And so I use Oracle to inspire us. And so let me start out first by saying it's October 1st, Tuesday. Today the moon is in Scorpio, and the sun, of course, it's Libra season, so we are in Libra season. So to me, a lot of coming up with balance and harmony, but like I've learned from so many beautiful people, it's way more than just relationships. And first and foremost, I am the encourager of your relationship with God, Creator, Spirit, whatever you so choose to call it, and then self. And so that is what the purpose of my channel is. So if you're new to me today, I hope this resonates with you. My whole purpose of this channel is to leave you feeling more encouraged at the end of today's video than what you did feeling coming into this. I look back through, the balance and the harmony within us, what Libra symbolizes, which is the justice and the scales, and really stepping into that authenticity. But being that and balancing that out within you, within me, ourselves first, is the biggest thing we can do. I say this often, that by you being in your authenticity is the greatest gift that you can give to yourself and others. And so with this, I'm going to say, I am going to draw from the Mystical Oracle Shaman deck today by Colette Baron Reed. I use this deck often. The indigenous culture has been coming up to me a lot, and the more you dive deep into their belief systems, which I find very, very beautiful, it really is not just an indigenous, it's what all of mankind needs to do, which is get back in sync with nature. We're trying to, like with the Libra scales, balancing this, harmonizing everything out, and I feel that Gaia, Mother Planet Earth, is speaking loud and clear. I know she's cleansing and purging herself, but what the out of balance masculine has done throughout generations and generations is the oppression and disconnecting from the balance and harmony that we need to have with nature, this planet that supports us. I feel that's a huge thing coming up right now. It's no coincidence with the Libra scales that if you look anything past your nose right now, you're going to realize that, weather shifting and whatnot. This is not a fear. This is a cleansing and purging process, balancing and harmonizing so that we can go forward. The one channeled message that I did get before asking for God's presence within me to communicate with everybody today was very, very specific, very heartfelt, and I think it goes in sync with all of the diving deep into the indigenous and listening, shutting my mouth and listening to what they have to say, because they have such knowledge and wisdom, and it's always been there. So the channeled message that I got for this week, October 1st through whatever, is if not us, then who? And if not now, then when? We can't keep passing the torch off to today. It's the pushing point. We need to take better care of ourselves and take care better of this planet and Gaia that sustains us, because without her being, we've been raping her of her trees, we've been polluting her and ditching on her soil, her air, her water for so long now. And I'm not preaching this to you, but I believe it is a now, and there's great wisdom shared in the indigenous. Spirit really just guides me to what I'm going to fill my soul with every day, and I really hold space in my heart for anybody out there that's been oppressed and it pushed down, because that creates blocks in us and creates us to go on other people's programs instead of our own. With you being here on my channel, I'm assuming that you're an empath. This video found its way to you. I don't believe in coincidences. So it's really a time of stepping forward, not only in our personal lives, but holding ourselves accountable with the energy that we carry, that we portray out into the world. Because Gaia's speaking, a lot of us are speaking too, and the balancing out with this Libra continuing right through until the sun goes into Scorpio on, I do believe, the 23rd of this month. I feel a lot of people are going to still be purging and cleansing old programs that do not suit you for where you are now, right up through the 23rd with Scorpio, when the sun goes into Scorpio. Excuse me, fumbling around today. So I'm going to leave that right there. I really believe that Spirit's going, how are you doing? Check in with yourself. Are you honoring yourself and your authenticity? And then extend that out in your oneness consciousness by holding yourself accountable for walking in your truth. And it's about balancing, the Mercury ruled mind with the Venus heart too. Where is that? Venus, I just listened to one of my favorite astrologers, and he shared this, and it hit me right in the heart, because I'm like, that definitely. Venus and Mars and Mercury have been dancing around all through Virgo, and now going into this Libra and balancing that out. So for the first part of the month, I'm going to say that as well, that's where I'm probably getting the cleansing and purging is still going to be happening within me, within you. So harmonizing all of that within us. And I also, this came to me last night too, a reminder to everybody to less reaction, more contemplation. So sitting in your stillness, meditation, another thing, as we're going through collectively these huge shifts, whether you're awake or not, it's on. And so if you're not quite feeling of the energy within you and you're not knowing where it's coming from, that's okay. The best thing, and I'll share this because this was our daily guidance in my Facebook page group. It's a closed group here on Facebook. It is Divine Destiny and the Rise of Empaths. And today's daily guidance was release and surrender. So it's asking us to sit in that space of contemplation. You're going to see a lot of things continuing to balance out that have been out of balance for forever. Don't get alarmed and bite into that fear apple. Set in your own stillness, your contemplation. Balancing with the Libra mind and heart, and anchoring that into your vessel. It's going to do your nervous system wonderful justice this week. So I think I'm going to go ahead now with the oracle for the week, and it is the Mystical Shaman Oracle from Colette Baron Reed. With that release and surrender card, it's just a matter of, you don't have to have everything figured out. Just release and surrender. Release whatever's hurting you. Release past wounds. That's not to say that we don't talk about it. It's about just not becoming those emotions. And don't let your Mercury ruled mind, if you're a Gemini, Virgo, and there's one other one that's ruled by Mercury, I do believe. I'm no astrologer. I just love astrology. I'm learning it, or remembering it, I should say. Balance those within you, so that you're not trying to overthink things. And I think that's what that came up to me with less reaction this week. I'm going to say all the way through mid-October, less reaction, and as everything is still cleansing, purging, surrender and release all of that, and just be open like a transformer of energy, because that's what we are. So I just ask God, Creator, Source, to be in my presence, and I ask for me to be the clear communication for all who comes in today. We are open to receive whatever the message is. We can reflect upon this, see what it brings up within you and how it resonates with you. Take what resonates and leave the rest, and we give thanks in advance. the indigenous believe the way that I believe, and every man and woman actually should believe, is that we're all brothers and sisters because we're mankind. We're human, experiencing a human life, but we're also spirit. And so in their minds and hearts, we're all connected. And the oppression started, obviously out of balance a long time ago, the Pisces age. As we move more into 2020, we're going through these extreme shifts because we need a new way. If not us, who? I mean, do you want to leave? What is the legacy do you want to leave behind for your children, grandchildren? That's coming up huge for me. And the planet Earth is a part of that. It's all that sustains, all life here. So what I do in the evenings is fill up with that presence of the Great Spirit, God, Creator, Source, whatever you choose to call it. And I just send waves of that out to all living inhabitants, including Mother Earth, the plants, the trees. And then, of course, in your vessel, do your part by recycling, setting the example. I'm no saint. I'm dealing with the Libra scales of relations within me and also in my environment as well. So I can't even share unless I'm in it myself. And because I am an empath that's empowered now, I feel this within me. So it's a collective thing, our oneness consciousness. And that's what really brought this channel into fruition for me. So let's see what we got for the week of October 1st. Wow, that's beautiful. Card number 7. Innocent-minded, being the child, remembering that you're a child of God and that you were created in His image. And it's only the mind, the Mercury mind that blocks us, that we've been oppressed and gone on other people's programs. This is asking you to be childlike again. This is asking you for the joy and the playfulness that you truly are, anchoring that into your vessel of who we truly are, because let's face it, before we were awake or even when we're awake, the energies can be so intense, and a lot of us that are empaths have always been going on somebody else's program because we weren't speaking our truth, speaking our heart, being in our authenticity. We didn't even know that we were in a program. So like 5 years ago when I woke up, mine was a hard knock that woke me up. It didn't come gradually. It was boom, your life just changed and you're not going back. And so I surrendered to God because it rocked and shocked me. I mean, trauma and PTSD is exactly what the transformation of who I am today caused my spiritual awakening. And it also caused me to go be back into childlike, the wonder, questioning everything, and being playful and not taking too many things seriously, because being created in her image, we are only here for a blink of an eye because we're spirit, we are soul, we're not this body. And in order to balance and harmonize that out, I believe that is showing us is bringing more of the spiritualness, like Neptune, God, Creator, Source, who we are, sparks of, co-creators, into our vessel, and just being more in the wonder, questioning everything, releasing other people's programs, and getting back into your authenticity of this. This deck is amazing to me. I'm also going to add to this that I will share this YouTube in my Facebook group, which is Divine Destiny and the Rise of Empath. And I'm going to put still shots in the comments because these cards are just beautiful. I want to read what this book says about child. Card number 7. The child knows the way to joy and happiness. The child offers the return of a second innocence, a time born of wisdom and not of being naive. Don't be naive. Sorry, it took me tongue-tied. It's about the wisdom that we carry in that wonder of questioning things and not being, gullible to believe just everything. The answers come within you, so that can get you back into that wonder and wisdom as well. This card allows you to correct your course and offers you a second chance to bring you the possibility of redemption and entering heaven while on earth. Anchoring the spiritual realms into our bodies. Huge, 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 huge. We can experience this childlike wonder in the vessel. That's actually what was intended for us. So I find that very, very beautiful and very fitting for this week. The child is here to release you from the habit of being yourself, to help you acquire beginner's mind, and that you can see life as if for the first time. Remain open to learning and discovery. Can you see them with fresh eyes? Can you see yourself with fresh eyes? Who is looking back at you in the mirror in the morning? Become a mystery unto yourself and reconnect with the sense of childlike wonder. That's super, super, super beautiful. And that's where I think it's less reaction, even within yourself, guys. Go into that contemplation and sit there. And when you have a blank canvas to paint on, and you're really settled into your authenticity and into your heart, the ways of wonder, they're joyful. You can find peace and happiness. Nature is huge, and the indigenous have shared that from their hearts forever. Getting back in sync with all the elements and just really being in awe over it. So the second card we got is the circle. For me, this is card number 8. This is remembering your unity consciousness, seeing that every color, red, brown, white, black, doesn't matter. In the center of that wheel is we are all sparks. We're all brothers and sisters of the Creator, the Great Spirit. We're co-creators. This is a reminder that anything that's out there that isn't resonating within you, or it's triggering you, it's allowing you to dive deep, remember who you are. Now listen, learning healthy forgiveness and healthy boundaries is a must for us empath sensitives, because leaving the Pisces age, going into Aquarius, it's asking us at this time, throughout the rest of this, I will say, year, to be authentic. And healthy boundaries comes, I say this all the time, I really need to do a video on it. You gotta have healthy boundaries from the takers. The people that are living in the ego, driving their vessel, you have to be in your heart having healthy boundaries, remembering our oneness. Sometimes those that you love are not willing to sit and openly break bread with you, and it's okay. Just remember the oneness in spirit, that everybody it's the oneness that we are. This is, to me, also remembering that oppression and fear is a program that we are releasing right now. Settle down into your hearts. At the center of that, the oneness consciousness, we're headed there going into the age of Aquarius. So this is a beautiful, beautiful reminder. Last one, card number 6, the Blade. This one very upright, very anchored in who you are, being authentic. If you need help with that, guys, just dive deep. Being very sure of who you are as a divine child of God, Creator, Source. With your authenticity comes with that more of a solar plexus balancing within you, knowing your life force, knowing that you can keep aiming higher, very sure of who you are. Because, like I said at the beginning of the video, authenticity is the greatest gift that you can give to yourself and to others. So walking forward with that, I think we're going to do one more from the Chakra Healing Oracle. I'm also going to share this. This was the Animal Oracle totem that I drew for the week. I do an animal one once a week in my Facebook group, and I'm going to share that here too, because I remember that it resonates with this, and that is the Eagle Spirit. Spirit has your back. It's time to step into your knowledge and wisdom. Soar high. Love yourself. Self-love first. God, Creator, Source, connection, communion. Open your arms, surrender, release, surrender. We've all been through hard knocks. We all have stories. We all have wounds. Uniting in that unity consciousness so that we can do, like, if not now, then when? We can't keep passing the torch off. We need to harmonize within us. Start learning to play nice on this beautiful planet Gaia who sustains us. The womb, the mother, the divine feminine. Honoring that, standing firm in who you are. Being kind, being love, being compassion, but taking no shit. Like, really? Everybody has the opportunity to meet you in the space that you are and hold space with you, but they can't be in the egoic mind of fear, doubt, worry, competitiveness. We're all brothers and sisters that should be holding ourselves up with the utmost love and compassion, not against each other, not screwing people over when they turn their back. That ain't who you are. So remember who your divinity is, because spirit has your back. And if you sit in that contemplation, which is highly suggested this week, don't be reactive. I feel like we're going to see this because it's the old dying. When people say to you, I'm going to encourage you this. I say it often on my channel. When people say to you, the world's getting so ugly, I want you to stand firm in who you are as a divine child of God and go, no, we're balancing out many possible lifetimes. South Node in Capricorn, healing wounds from this life, past lives, generational, masculine out of balance and not honoring the divine feminine within me, within you, within all of our brothers and sisters. And the strongest energy there is love and compassion. So just know that you're supported. I want you to say, no, actually, it's just darkness that's all coming to the light. It's always been here. It's not getting worse. It's balancing out, because the darkness cannot hide in the light. Love and light, whatever you want to call it, is the highest form of energy. It's our authenticity of who we are. And so I feel like I'm just really in a space today where I'm wanting to encourage everybody. If you've been the little misfit, the black sheep of your family dynamics, it's quite possible that you're the lineage holder like I am. Here we go. So we got heart chakra green, and this is asking us, just like the message is, getting out of victim mode, releasing, got a glare there, releasing all of the wounds that do not serve for our highest good. This is about breaking out of your shell and programs that you've been running on and stepping into your heart, into your authenticity. Heart expansion also comes through with this with me. I really do feel that if you sit in that release and surrender, that's just today's card for Tuesday, October 1st. I just can't believe it's fall. I feel really good right now. I have a stellium in Libra, and with Libra being in our heavens right now and what's at the forefront, I feel really good. But I'll be very honest, I'm purging a lot of stuff, so that's where it came through to me. And adding the notes is there's going to be, specifically for the first couple of weeks until the full moon on the 13th, going into Scorpio season, there's still going to be purging and cleansing within you, emotions, balancing out the mind, the heart, purging out what doesn't serve for your highest good. And then in that contemplation, finding your childlike innocence again, but not being from a naive, I've been duped again, more like into your authenticity of power, of wonder and questioning things and questioning what comes up within you. We were told by God, Creator Source, we were created in His, her image, first and foremost. Secondly, to go and be childlike and play, because this is just a playground. It's time to learn to play nice with each other. That does not mean enabling people who are driving the vessel with the egoic mind, but also in your heart remembering the oneness. Everybody matters. All life matters. So that's the unity consciousness that I feel that all of us have right here, balancing that without it in us and making sure that we are anchored in that very sure of ourselves, shooting for the stars, bringing in the heavens and our spiritualness into the vessel in the heart. And that would make sense with this being the heart chakra, because once we get out of those programs, now listen, this isn't to say don't share your feelings. If you're feeling things and you're processing things and you're surrendering and letting go, find like-minded people. That's another thing that did come up to me. I didn't want to forget that. I'm glad. Soul tribes, continue to be open to that. We're learning what very karmic lessons of our past were, releasing that, and we're stepping into this beautiful wonder of finding other like-minded people. And so just remember with this that Spirit has your back. So the times that you are alone in contemplation and you don't feel resonance with a lot of people in your physicality, remember you're not alone. Those towers crumbling and you stepping into your authenticity is a huge transformational time if you're open to it. It gets dark, it gets heavy. Increase your self-care, be kind to yourself, take naps. Collectively, that's too. With so many shifts going on right now, if you're feeling tired and exhausted, it's okay. Just increase your self-care. Keep anchoring that in. Take a nap, rejuvenate, wake back up, feeling blessed for the breath that you are giving, because breath itself is life. So there's always at least one thing to feel gratitude for. And it's all about that heart expansion in the long run, after the transformation and all the towers falling. I am testimony of this. I am the one here going to tell you there is no answers outside of you. If you're still clinging to answers outside of you, you're probably still in the program. Okay, don't judge yourself. Bring that to your awareness. Sit in contemplation like the channeled message that was shared with me before today's video. In those stillness comes the answers that you're going to seek. So seek first the kingdom. You'll hear me a lot of times quoting biblical things because I've lived a lifetime with Yeshua. I do not believe in religion and separation, and I do know what it was created by here was all man. Yeshua is one of my guides, and so I speak of a lot of those things, but it's not in the context of what any box puts you in. I believe in this oneness consciousness. I believe everything is in divine order. I believe there's a special something when we can anchor our spiritualness into our vessel and live it, because we're supposed to be here and be childlike and be in awe. Find gratitude in anything. Breath is life. As we're unpacking these victim wounds and past karma with the South Node, hankering into the heart, you're going to become heart expanded, and when that happens, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, it can bring you to tears, it can bring you to complete bliss, and I do believe a lot of us are feeling a lot of that. I believe October is going to be available for anybody that's willing to continue to do their work a lot more chill. Not to say there's not going to be intensities, but a lot more of the Libra scales, if we're open to it and conscious of it, balancing that out within your mind, within your heart, in center, quieting this. I think that's it for now. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for listening today. I hope this resonates with you. I hope that it brings you peace and makes you feel more encouraged than when you began listening today. Please do, if it resonates, like, subscribe, and share. I would appreciate your support. Continued listeners, thank you so much, brothers and sisters. Namaste. Until the next time. Blessings.